The video you are about to see is for entertainment purposes only. If you would like to learn self-defense or any martial art, please seek the instruction of a certified instructor. Welcome to my new series, Weapon Breakdown. In this series, I will be taking a look at weapons that have left their mark on history and diving into their origins, usage, and impact that they have had on martial arts and their accompanying cultures. Today, we will be taking a look at the staff. The English word for staff is a mixture of the Old English staf, Dutch stef, and German stab. While we can trace the word staff back to its European roots, it is commonly believed that it has its beginnings in China. While it is hard to debate someone on when the first person used a long pole or stick, there is evidence that the Chinese were the first to utilize the bow staff systematically within the martial art of karate. And I mean real karate, like traditional Okinawan karate. The staff is thought to be developed from the tenbin. Have you ever seen those old kung fu movies where monks are carrying buckets on a pole balanced on their shoulders? Yeah, those things. Stabs were highly utilized as they could be used for a multitude of purposes, including but not limited to planting crops, helping you hike through the mountains, transportation of supplies, transporting buckets of water, disciplining children, poking someone from a distance, hurting animals, and more. And of course, when it's beating time, nothing is better than a big ol' stick. The staff's simple nature makes it devastatingly deceptive. In a time of feudal warlords banning commoners from having the means to defend themselves, the bow staff was the go-to weapon. I mean, what were the warlords gonna do? Ban sticks? In the hands of a trained martial artist, the bow was a great way to keep attackers with deadlier weapons at bay. Until guns came and screwed it all up. The beautiful thing about the staff is the crazy number of ways in which you can use it. By holding it in the center, you can now strike your opponent from either side of the staff from a multitude of angles. By holding it in Korean style, the staff is more balanced and easier to control. Switch your grip to Japanese style for more power, like you're swinging a baseball bat. Side note, I know it's not universally the way that Korean and Japanese arts hold the staff. That's just the way I learned it, so... Anyways, oh no, you're surrounded! What are you gonna do? No problem. Just grab the staff by the very end and you have yourself a fantastic way to keep multiple attackers at bay. There are some cons to the staff, however. It is not designed to kill an opponent. However, you can easily generate enough force with it to do some insane damage, or even kill someone if hit in the right places. The head. I was talking about the head. But it is just as effective as a blunt object can be. It is also hard to conceal, unless you get one of those magic staffs that won't stop popping up in my ad feed. I bet those things will break after you breathe on them wrong. But more on that in a minute. As we talked about before, staffs are deceptively simple in their nature, and that makes it where you don't have to hide it. Most attackers wouldn't think twice about seeing a stick lying nearby. Most people wouldn't think to pick up a staff for self-defense, much less know how to use it. The last con I want to bring up is that the staff is easily broken. The amount of force generated in a swing is more than enough to break a common household broom handle or piece of PVC piping. Factory-made bow staffs are typically made of well-polished waxwood or oak to keep it from breaking, but even those have their limits. The exception to this rule, of course, is metal piping, which is much stronger and can hit much harder, but is often heavier, leading it to be slower and harder to work with. If you are using a staff and it breaks, you're typically left with two pointy sticks, and I'll cover that when I get to my pointy stick weapon breakdown video. The staff is one of the easiest weapons to convert forms or drills from. It really is just an extension of your body. Doing a low block? Do it with a staff. Doing a punch? Strike with a staff. For this reason, it is a great exercise to convert your existing forms into staff forms. There is no wrong answer when it comes to converting forms. Just do what you think makes the most sense. Running hand and kicking techniques with a weapon in hand is a fantastic way to judge how comfortable you are at wielding a particular weapon. You can run drills all day, but until you have to improvise techniques on the fly, it's hard to gauge your comfort level with said weapon. In a previous video, I taught how to make cheap, effective, contact-friendly staffs. I'll leave a link to the video in the description below. If you have these, they make great tools for running drills. If you practice a martial art that practices one-step sparring, you can try to convert them by having a staff in your hand. If you don't do one-step sparring, you can still make your own drills by taking pieces of your staff forms and putting them together. Lastly, you can use the contact-friendly staffs for sparring. If you have never sparred with a weapon before, it can be quite a jarring experience. Having to use a staff to make contact really changes up the way you spar. I advise wearing a helmet for protection because it's always better to be safe than sorry. In the end, I believe the staff is a beautiful manifestation of what a martial artist should be. It is humble, it doesn't stand out, it is a tool for helping those around it, it is not meant to kill. However, if backed into a corner, it has several means in which to defend itself. And it really hurts when it hits you. Thanks for watching. A like or share is always appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Peace.